Aliens thought explosions were accidents, humans call them celebrations. To us, fireworks mean joy and celebration. To aliens, they looked like bombs in the sky. And in their eyes, humanity became the galaxy's pyromaniac species. The first time extraterrestrials witnessed our fireworks, they didn't see beauty. They saw explosions, smoke, and fire raining across the sky. And in their minds, only one conclusion made sense. Humans are pyromaniacs. The year was 2154. Humanity had finally welcomed its first official alien visitors, the HFY, a cautious but curious race of crystalline explorers. They arrived in orbit with diplomatic ships gleaming like shards of diamond. Humanity pulled out all the stops, parades, speeches, a global broadcast. And of course, fireworks. Because what better way to celebrate the dawn of interstellar friendship than to light the sky with explosions? At first, the HFY delegation watched in silence. The night sky erupted in dazzling colors, reds, greens, blues blooming like flowers, followed by thunderous booms that shook the city below. Humans gasped and cheered. Children clapped. Couples kissed beneath the spectacle. But the aliens? Their crystalline bodies shuddered with terror. They are under bombardment, one HFY whispered. No, worse, another replied. They are bombarding themselves. From their perspective, humans were calmly detonating munitions over their own capital city. No shields. No shelters. Just, smiling while the sky exploded. In the HFY cultural memory, explosions were always tied to disaster, volcanoes, asteroid strikes, starship accidents. The idea of voluntarily creating such destruction was unthinkable. So when humans applauded as firework shells launched into the air, the aliens interpreted it as a horrifying ritual. They celebrate chaos, one concluded. They worship fire, said another. They must be unstable, dangerously unstable. And when the grand finale lit up the horizon with dozens of simultaneous blasts, the HFY delegation panicked. They believed humanity was simulating an aerial bombardment, for entertainment. The next morning, the HFY filed a formal report to the Galactic Concord. Species classification, human. Status, unstable pyromaniac civilization. The report read. Observed ritual, simultaneous detonation of dozens of incendiary weapons within a populated zone. No defensive measures employed. Species displays euphoria during self-inflicted bombardment. Possible collective madness. Within weeks, rumors spread across alien networks. Humans weren't celebrated as explorers. They were feared as lunatics who played with fire and called it joy. When humanity learned of the misunderstanding, reactions were mixed. Some diplomats were horrified. They think we're pyromaniacs. This could derail everything. Others just laughed. Well, they're not entirely wrong. After all, it wasn't just fireworks. Humans loved explosions. Firecrackers. Bonfires. Rocket launches. Even birthday candles involved tiny controlled flames. And the more aliens investigated, the worse it looked. Videos of New Year's fireworks in Sydney. The 4th of July in America. Diwali in India. Lantern festivals with fire, torches at concerts, and even campfires on vacations. To aliens, it looked like a species obsessed with setting things on fire. Alien commentators dissected our behavior like anthropologists studying madness. Observe how they hand incendiary devices to their young. Children with sparklers. They ignite massive rockets, knowing they will explode near their own dwellings. Backyard fireworks. Entire tribes gather to celebrate when structures burn in controlled ways. Bonfires, festivals. And they cheer the detonation of their own technology. Rocket launches with fire trails. To the Galactic Concord, humanity wasn't just unstable. We were dangerously unpredictable. The label stuck, unstable pyromaniac species. At first, humans were offended. We're not pyromaniacs, we just like fireworks. But the aliens weren't convinced. Because when asked why we loved fireworks, we had no logical answer. "They're pretty," one diplomat said. "They're tradition," said another. "They go boom," laughed a third. To aliens, that only made it worse. We weren't just unstable. We enjoyed instability. The situation nearly escalated into disaster when another alien race, the Krell, sent an observer during Earth's New Year celebrations in Hong Kong. Millions gathered. Fireworks painted the sky in gold and crimson. The alien envoy screamed in panic, convinced humanity was detonating antimatter warheads over its own cities. It took hours to calm them down. Days to convince them that no war had occurred. Weeks to rebuild trust. But then, something unexpected happened. Some alien species began to admire it. A few bold alien scholars reinterpreted fireworks not as madness, but as courage. "Humans dance with danger," one wrote. "They embrace fire, the most destructive force, and transform it into beauty." Others agreed. They began to see fireworks as a metaphor for humanity's spirit, reckless, creative, fearless. Soon, alien tourists traveled to Earth specifically to witness fireworks shows. At first, they hid behind shields, trembling at each boom. But gradually, they began to appreciate the artistry, the colors, the patterns, the controlled chaos. Ironically, the pyromaniac label boosted Earth's reputation. Rival civilizations hesitated to challenge us. After all, who would mess with a species that casually detonates explosives above its own people for fun? Diplomats turned the misunderstanding into leverage. Yes, they'd say gravely, "We are a species unafraid of fire. We tame it, we celebrate it, we master it." And in a strange twist, humanity became known across the stars as both artists and warriors, unstable perhaps, but powerful, dangerous, and unforgettable. Looking back, it's funny. To us, fireworks were just a tradition. Pretty lights in the sky. But to aliens, they revealed something deeper about humanity. That we don't just survive chaos, we embrace it. That we take the terrifying and make it beautiful. That we laugh while the sky explodes above us. Maybe that's what defines us, not our logic, not our caution, but our willingness to play with fire and call it joy. So the next time you watch fireworks, remember, somewhere out there, an alien might be watching too. And in their eyes, you're not seeing celebration. You're watching proof that humanity is the most dangerously joyful pyromaniac species in the galaxy.